Are you stuck trying to figure out your purpose and niche on YouTube? Here's how to find what truly moves you and attracts the right audience. Let's go. Welcome to the 1000 Podcast, a warrior's journey of faith fighting and lifelong learning. I'm your host, Blair Perrin, and today we're talking about purpose and niche and how to apply it to your YouTube channel. So I'm glad that we're here on this subject because finding our purpose and overcoming our limiting beliefs so we can walk into our purpose is what this channel is all about. And so many creators get stuck because they start to chase trends instead of purpose. And I'm not saying that chasing trends and at least observing trends is a bad thing. I think we need to be able to observe other content creators and learn from some of the things that are working to be able to get our content and education and knowledge out there. So there's a trap though with that, because if you start chasing trends and you start talking about topics that you're actually not that interested or passionate about, you'll end up kind of just like selling your soul a little bit. and bit by bit, it's going to feel like work instead of something that you just love to talk about. And so that brings me to my first point. What is something that you could talk about for free, days on end? Like if someone came up to you, you would just be able to, you would just want to share with them the things that you have learned. So for me, that's like martial arts, that is self-development, that is my spirituality, all those things I love to talk about. I love to help people as a personal trainer to a person that wants to get into fitness. I love to be able to share with them the tips to success. And, some of the secrets too, right? And so what is something that you, for yourself, that you can talk about forever? And the second point is, what do people come to you for advice for? Maybe that's something that you have come to know about yourself, through these years, or maybe you got to get yourself out there to position yourself for people to ask you advice. Or maybe you are still in the middle of mastering something or a skill. So that's definitely an invitation to just begin getting yourself out there, begin learning something new and finding what you're passionate about. That's an invitation to explore. So let's move on. All right, let's talk about this skill check. What are you good at? What have you mastered in your life? Is that, maybe you're an amazing DJ and you've been doing it for some time and now you're ready to be able to teach other people. Maybe you have been a wedding photographer and you've been you got into videography and now you're sharing people how the different angles that you can take or the different types of equipment that you're interested in that's going to be able to help you achieve your job. Or maybe it's the different ways that you can write a book or story tell, whatever that is. And so maybe it's a skill that you've mastered, but also I would also consider thinking about skills that you are trying to develop. I think there is an amazing community of people on YouTube that do these like 30-day challenges or 60 to 90 days or have done something for a whole year, which can seem like a whole lot of time, but in retrospect, a year isn't that long, but it is long enough for someone like myself to glean in to their life for that amount of time and see what it takes to be a beginner. And so, whether it's a skill that you've mastered or a skill that you are attaining, maybe those are some things that you want to talk about on a YouTube channel. And so who needs this message? Who needs the message that you are willing to provide to people? What problem are you solving for them? And so What's pretty awesome about when I started this channel, I knew what some of the things I wanted to talk about. I just didn't know exactly who I was talking to. And so my invitation is just to get your YouTube channel started, get out there, just start creating and editing and practicing and getting better and learning from other content creators. But then also, as you figure that out, start to listen to the audience that you get. Listen to the subscribers. I invite you, if you have subscribed to this channel, I want you to begin commenting and share with me what are some of the things that you enjoy about my podcast so far. Is there things or topics that you would like me to share on, or maybe I still need to expand upon some of the things that I've gone through or know, like being a personal trainer or a life coach, or doing boot camps, being in the military, doing wedding photography, wedding DJ. Who knows? It could be a whole number of things, and I think we just have to ask our audience. So yes, if you have something that you want me to be able to share upon, I would love for you to comment below. So can this topic or this thing that you want to be able to talk to people about, will it be able to sustain you financially? And so I don't want us to ever get into the trap of this is just for money, being on YouTube, because if it is just for money, I think eventually when you are talking about topics that you're not really that passionate about, eventually you're going to get to the end of yourself, and really you just put yourself into a job instead of putting yourself into a career that you could do for the rest of your life. And so for me, I love talking about self-development. I love being able to work on myself and to be able to glean on what I've learned and be able to pass down and share with others so they can do things faster. And so, from being able to have breakthroughs in the mind, body, and spirit, that's my forte. That's what I can talk about all day long. Also, when it comes to monetization, it's important to realize that yes, we want to be able to get free from the system and also be able to make enough money to be able to, yes, get our bills paid, but to gain the freedom to be able to share more with our audience. And I can't wait to start taking extra days off of my regular job so I can do more editing, take more time to be able to write scripts and share knowledge, write books, or create guides that might be beneficial to my community. And right now, I am in the middle of, setting up my website and Discord, all because it's about having the Tribe 1000 and having a community that can be able to help one another. So what is that for you? Is this topic that you are looking at right now, is it going to be able to sustain you? Will you be able to create will you be able to create guides or courses even to be able to help people with? All right, so as we wrap this up, I do want to be able to share this new guide for you that I think is going to be able to, one, help you find your purpose, and then also be able to begin to apply those things to your YouTube channel. Here we go. Sorry to bother you, but I wanted to thank you so much for checking out the 1000 podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode and would like to see more like this, please subscribe and comment below how this episode made you feel. But don't stop there. You're going to want to hit that notification button because we're just getting started here. And in the next few months, I plan to drop a new episode every week until we hit 12 episodes. And that will be season 1, where we will take a week off to stop and evaluate all of the feedback for this new podcast because your input matters. And just to show you my initial appreciation, I'm dropping freebie downloads that I've created to help you, my community, begin to find your purpose in this season. If you've been feeling stuck or just needed some encouragement or direction, Blair's Guide to Discover the Reason for Being, that's the title, and part 2 called Season for the Reason, both guides will be available today. Not only that, I have one more special gift, and it's a free guide to help us learn to protect our hearts or to guard our hearts. This is something I wish someone would have told me as a young man, also great for a young lady, everybody really, but now I am giving this knowledge away to you simply because I believe you matter and you should believe so too. Thank you. Let's get back to the episode. All right, so as we wrap this up, let's go ahead and just go over some of the things that we just talked about. So, your passion check, what topic excites you? What can you talk about forever? And what kinds of things do people come to you for advice? Also, your skill check. Are you mastering something right now? Or have you mastered some different skills that you would be able to share with people? Your audience check. So who needs this message? What problem are you solving for them? And monetization. Are you just doing this, short term, or is this topic going to be able to sustain you for the long run? All right, so that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for checking out the 1000 podcast. We have a lot in the works, including creating a community Discord. And then also be sure to check out some of the other videos. Hopefully they're able to help you level up, whether it's in your mind, body, or spirit. That's what we're all about, building this community to be able to level each other up. And so thank you again. My name is Blair. Peace out.